reality is this. It is in this moment and in this time that you hear this. Minneapolis, Minnesota. God has chosen us to carry the burden of standing up against this administration. It is time in this moment that we meet the moment. Make a commitment, first of all, to yourself. That Renee Good's life and in this tragic end will not end. Renee Good's life will be talked about, and it will be the moment we have turned this country around. It will be because of Renee Good that we have turned America around. It will be because of Renee Good that we will think about our neighbors. And it will be because of Renee Good that this country goes from being evil to good. The tragic end to Renee Good brought all of us here today. But it will be even more tragic if none of us do something about it. None of us commit to solving the problem. None of us commit to talking to those around us. I ask every single one of you, make a commitment to volunteer, to help, to do something in order to fight against the repression that is happening to immigrants in this country. I know we can do it. And no matter what they say about Minnesota, I love this state and I love the people of this great state.
Hello guys, and welcome back once again. So by now you probably came across that viral video going around on TikTok and SpaceX of an ICE agent shooting a woman in Minneapolis, Minnesota, that literally went viral because she was trying to defend her community from ICE. Immediately after this video went viral and people saw it and information was there on mainstream media, there was an impromptu protest that erupted in parts of America and Minneapolis, Minnesota as a whole community, protesting, candle lighting, holding vigils, and demanding justice for NICOLE RENEE Good, who is 37 years old and was shot by ICE agents. And in this video, let's watch more information about this because Americans are literally outraged and pissed. And these protests that you are seeing, they were impromptu protests immediately after the information went viral. And remember, Americans have not yet woken up. If they wake up right now, we are going to witness a massive protest, because if those numbers are from an impromptu protest, something big is coming. Let's watch what Americans had to say about this, then we shall be commenting about it.
He should have never even been in front of the car, per his own department's policy. Per the Department of Homeland Security website, this Homeland Security policy statement clearly states DHS LEOs should seek to employ tactics and techniques that effectively bring an incident under control while promoting the safety of LEOs and the public, and that minimize the risk of unintended injury or serious property damage. DHS LEOs should also avoid intentionally and unreasonably placing themselves in positions in which they have no alternative to using deadly force. He not only placed himself in that position against policy, but he already had his hand on his weapon. Even as he was crossing in front, he had every intention of doing this. He pulled out his weapon while she was reversing. And then they again went against DHS policy when a medical doctor said, "Can I please check her pulse?" And they absolutely refused and used the words, "I don't care," to him, because as soon as practicable following a use of force and end of any perceived public safety threat, DHS LEO shall obtain appropriate medical assistance for any subject who has visible or apparent injuries. He should have never been crossing in front of her vehicle in the first place, but he knew exactly what he was doing when he did so. He had intentions when he did so. His hand was already on his weapon. He had it drawn and in her face before she even finished reversing. He had plenty of time to step out of the way. but instead he pointed that gun directly at Renee Nicole Good and he murdered her.
I watched the video, y'all. I watched the fucking video. The news is gonna say she tried to ram them. She most certainly did not. They ran at her car, holding on to their guns, and then they shot her when she tried to drive away. She wasn't trying to ram anyone. She was trying to get away from a dangerous situation, and now she's fucking dead. If you are okay with the fact that they're gunning people down in the streets, in the suburbs of Minneapolis, then you're not a freedom fighter. You're a fucking Nazi. Leave my country. Leave my state.
Get the fuck out of Minnesota, ICE. Do you hear me? Get the fuck out of Minnesota. This is actually, so disturbing. Shooting a white gal in the head. And they're lying about it. She was not trying to run them over. So ICE, get the fuck, and I mean get the fuck out of Minnesota now. Trump, you can go bye-bye too now. I've had it. I do not want to live in this country like this. Enough is enough. ICE, get the fuck out now.
First of all, fuck ICE, and rest in peace to Renee Nicole Good. I think this moment is making white allies realize that if they're going to be a true ally and do things like fight against ICE and deportation, fight against police brutality, and use their privilege for good, they will start to be treated like the rest of us. Honestly, when I heard that ICE had murdered a mother, someone with children, stuck a gun in her face, and pew-pewed her 3 times, I had thought that that person must be black or brown. That's who ICE usually targets. Those are the kinds of bodies that usually experience the most violence. But no, this was just a white woman with principles. Obviously, this is horrible. I feel awful. She was a poet, a guitarist, in addition to being a mother. She has a late husband who died 2 years ago, leaving her children without parents completely. The state owes them compensation for the rest of their lives. And people who care about democracy, human rights, equity, we lost an ally today. We lost one of us. It reminds me of the poem that was like, first they came for the communists, but I was not a communist, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually it gets to you. ICE came for a heck of a lot of people with more melanated skin tones first. And now they have killed a white woman. This is showing us that even if you look like the people in power, if you stand up for the right thing, they will not hesitate to use lethal violence. I'm going to keep watching and see like where and when we can donate to her family because those kids are going to need it. I hope all the protesters stay safe in Minneapolis. It's cold out there. Make sure you're wearing like gloves and mittens and stuff. Don't get frostbite. And yeah, all eyes on Minneapolis.
I'm going to make this a short video because I don't want to monetize this. Her name was Renee Nicole Good. Say her name. She was a whole ass white woman that was just, if what her mother said is true about today's events, she was just driving down the road when she saw that ICE was harassing one of her neighbors. She stopped to observe, which she's legally allowed to, and they took her life because they know that they could get away with it. Renee Nicole Good. Say that white woman's name out loud. And yes, it's important that she's a white woman. It's important because they can't spin it and say that she's smoking weed or had fentanyl. You understand? They're going to have to just straight up fucking say ICE can execute people. This, we are not mad enough. We are not fucking mad enough.
I want to show you something. We can go frame by frame on this one. Keep an eye on this guy, the cold-blooded murderer, who's no doubt going to claim that he was afraid that his life was in danger, or whatever. For someone who's gonna no doubt claim that, he sure doesn't seem to be in any hurry to move out of the way. See, here you can see that instead of moving out of the way, he actually decides to draw his weapon and actually plant himself more firmly. In fact, he's leaning over the hood of the car right now. On purpose. If you go frame by frame, you can see his feet are actually beside the vehicle at this point. And there is the first time he pulls the trigger, when again, both of his feet show that he has fully cleared the front of that vehicle. And then the next 2 shots happen here, and then here. Both of which, where he's very clearly having to aim through the driver's side window, and actually appears to be running after the vehicle to catch up to it. This, by the way, after very clearly signaling to the ICE officers to pass by her on that street, which she was very clearly not blocking nor obstructing, because moments earlier when she first started to pull out, another vehicle started pulling out similarly and crossed in front of her. So she was telling the next one to go on ahead. Not posing a threat, not obstructing nor impeding anything. Would you look at that? Even the photos of the bullet hole in the windshield present a problem for ICE's version of events. There are two glaring issues with this. Number one, and most obviously, there is only one bullet hole in that windshield, which corroborates the version of events I laid out in my previous video where I went frame by frame, where at least two of the shots were fired from the side through the open driver's side window, obviously negating any claims of self-defense for those two shots, since he could not claim to have believed he was in any danger once he was to the side of the car. Number two, look at the position of the bullet hole in the windshield. Now, I'm not someone who likes to act like you can get all possible relevant information from a photo or two, but there is some basic ballistics information we can glean from this. The earliest witness reports stated that RENEE Nicole Good was shot, quote, in the face. Now, I don't believe that this has publicly been confirmed by any sort of medical examiner. However, based on the footage of the incident and the blood on the airbags, it doesn't seem too far-fetched. The single bullet hole in the windshield is pretty notably down in the corner on the driver's side of the windshield. So if that first bullet actually hit her, especially anywhere in the face or neck region, it would have actually had to have come in at quite an angle. Specifically, it would have had to have been angled pretty acutely from the side and below. Starting to see the issue here? The operative and most important piece here being from the side. Is it possible that that first bullet came more straight on and he was more in front of the vehicle? Sure. But that would mean that that was probably not the bullet that killed her. That would mean that instead she would have been killed by one of the shots fired from the side of the vehicle through the open driver's seat window, which, again, you're starting to see the issue here. Best case scenario for that ICE officer, it was that first shot that actually struck and killed her. But if in fact it was that first shot, that would actually prove that he was pretty far off to the side by the time he pulled the trigger. I'm excited to see what the forensics show. Are you? Rest in peace, RENEE Nicole Good.
So the reason why people are analyzing the whole video and the whole scenario, it's because if you go on Donald Trump's Truth Socials, he has also commented on the issue, but clearly he is defending the ICE agent, saying that that woman was a threat to an ICE agent and that she was trying to run over that federal agent. And as you can see clearly, and if you've seen the video, she wasn't trying to do that. In fact, she was unharmed and she was just walking away from trouble. And unfortunately, that officer, so you know what, let me just do it, I'll walk away with it. In fact, he shot her point blank. It wasn't a threat. He wasn't in front of the car. In fact, he was on the side of the car. But he just dragged his gun and shoot her. So basically, people are saying they want justice. That is why they are protesting, analyzing the video so that they can brush off what Donald Trump is saying. He is also saying that that officer you are seeing, literally standing on his feet, he is hospitalized right now. You can go and look at Donald Trump's Truth Social. He is saying that that police officer, that ICE agent was run over and that woman was a threat and that ICE agent is hospitalized. That is why you are seeing people analyzing frame by frame by frame to prove to the world that Donald Trump is literally supporting what ICE are doing and he is not ready to seek justice for Nicole RENEE Good. And unfortunately, people are protesting. They held an impromptu protest, and we hope to see what is going on with the medical examination, maybe the autopsy reports, maybe what the media will tell us next. And things are not pretty at all, guys. As you can see, things are not pretty, but I'll keep you informed. In the meantime, subscribe this channel. Tell me what you think. If you've watched that video, do you think it was necessary using such force? Because they are even pepper spraying people trying to record these videos. Unfortunately, they are pepper spraying. They was pepper spraying people who are trying to help Nicole Good. They were pepper spraying them, literally, and chasing away people who are trying to record, so that the information can reach the public. And Donald Trump, well, he's on the eye side. Tell me if you have seen that video. What do you think, guys? And if you haven't seen that video, go on my on my previous video that I've posted before this. It is all there, an edited version of it. I mean, the original video. And then see you in our next episode after subscribing.